Listen. We need to take a look around. We need to fix up our end.
Look around. Are you proud of what you see? Your environment is your responsibility. This is where your home is. It deserves some harmony. Stop neglecting you and stop neglecting me.
Wetlands are areas where the soil is covered by water for all or part of the year, and they're vital to wildlife and people. The amount and timing of water determines the kinds of plants, bugs, and animals that use the wetland. They make our water cleaner by filtering out pollutants. Wetlands also soak up water and release it more slowly. This benefits communities because heavy rain and runoff are absorbed into this natural reserve. In fact, just 1 acre of wetland area holds around 330,000 gallons of water. That's enough water for 12 households to use every single day. Without wetlands, cities may need expensive dams, levees, or complex filtering systems. And many communities depend on the economic boost from outdoor recreation that wetlands provide. Wetlands keep our land, people, and communities healthy and vibrant for the future. Protecting them is up to all of us. To learn more or to take action, visit ducks.org.
We also want an executive instrument to be passed which protects our wetlands. Ghana has wetlands where there are buildings, there are all sorts of things taking place. 2nd February is World Wetlands Day, and we want the press to focus on wetlands and the importance of wetlands and other ecological areas. And we are quite clear that we need to protect them. If there are buildings on them, they need to be removed. And in addition, we need to make sure that where it's a wetland, no services such as electricity or water should be taken there for private houses, because you're not supposed to have houses on wetlands. And then finally,
okay, so what are the issues? You're taking us around. Can you just summarize where we've been, what you think the issues are, what the citizens should be aware of and want to do something about?
Well, we have gone around to see the level of encroachment, and as we are going to soon mark the World Wetland Day, it is important for us to see how best we will stop this reclamation of the Kpeshie buffer zone and its related floodplain area, because I think this is the only place where we can restore floodwaters can be restored, and as we continue to encroach them, it means that we are bringing the flood closer to our homes, and that is not right.
Right.
I hope the assemblies should work as a matter of urgency to get these things out of our way.
Right. So you mentioned the assembly, the EPA. They are aware of this. So what issues are you aware of that they are aware of, and what are they supposed to have done that they haven't yet done?
Well, they are, from the EPA point of view, the mandate is for the assemblies to ensure that some of these encroachments are avoided, and where necessary demolitions have to be done, should be done, and set the lagoon free.
Right. So last year or the year before, the regional minister was seen on video demolishing some parts. Which parts did he demolish as you are aware of?
Yes, where we were standing were part of the place where the joint assemblies came and did the demolition. And now you can see the land is properly reclaimed. They are reclaiming the land with excavated material, waste material everywhere, and they continue to push deep into the lagoon itself.
Right, so which area are you referring to, just of interest? Because we've been so many places. So,
so the lagoon has its buffer areas, and all the buffer areas have been encroached. So we need to look at it right down from the Bush Road end of it to the African Lake end of it. So much encroachment, which is not right. There's the Bush Road side of the buffer zone, and it has been deep. There's so much encroached, and I think it's not right.
Okay. Yeah, I was asking specifically. We can see that this is high and this is low. So is this man-made, or how come there's this valley there and we are standing high up here?
Reclamation are made by man. Reclamation are made by man. These are excavated material from other sites. Somewhere, some of them coming from cantonment, somewhere coming from even the recent ongoing redevelopments at both trade fair, and are all coming here, and we need to safeguard the Kpeshie and stop the reclamation.
Okay. Had we had the chance to bring the children here, what are the key things you'd have liked them to notice?
Practically, they should know. They should notice about the effects of reclamation. They should notice about the effects that reclamation brings. In fact, if you look at the streets and the reclaimed area, now you are compared. The assembly will soon be compared to construct drain to protect the road itself. All comes with cost. Cost that can be used in putting up new school buildings, rehabilitate the old school buildings that are not fit for purpose, and so we can save money to spend on our children. This was the initial buffer zone. But I think the LADMA is reviewing this buffer zone. They are not trying to work with this buffer zone, but this is where we went. So we went on the Bush Road area, where we saw on the Accra River as part of the Kpeshie stream. So this is where we went and we saw the reclamation. This is where also formally the Joint Task Force went and did their demolition and everything. But the people are back with the reclamation. We also went through the Bush Road, the beach road. We saw the river, the lagoon itself, and where it has gotten to. And we went through the storm drains that connects to the stream. And we also went to where the encroachment has become. So okay. I think this is where.
Right. Where was the first place we went to?
Okay, so this is where we went to. We went through this storm drain area around the unique flower area. Then the developments around that area. Then we went deep into the Primus advertising area down there, where developments are also taking place.
can you show us on the map which areas are relatively intact as of now, as of today, having revisited there?
Okay, so where we have to focus more is where we have the in between the trade fair and the Kpeshie Lagoon.
Right. So can you point to it?
Okay, so the Kpeshie Lagoon, this is the storm drain connecting the Kpeshie Lagoon, and we have the developments around Unique Flower area, and so we need to protect those areas right down to African Lake, where the African Lake links to the Kpeshie. That area is a very important area because that is the lowest part of the Kpeshie. Then if that place is encroached, it means that in future, water that runoff water that will come right from cantonments through the trade fair and all those things will not have anywhere to go, and it will just go back as a runoff water that will affect all of us, even those we think we are at the higher side of the place. This is the original sewage of the trade fair. Now this sewage has been almost buried. So formerly it was like a valley. Now the land is getting flat to the height of the street. We need to protect these areas very well because those were the lower parts of the lagoon, and that is where the African Lake also flows into the lagoon and ends up at the estuary. So if we fill up this and we don't protect these areas, then we are getting to a very dangerous situation.
Can you summarize the campaigns? Because I know you've got court cases or had court cases. You've engaged with the municipality, you've engaged with EP and other stakeholders. You've even written letters to the politicians. Can you summarize the activity and what drives you? Why are you doing what you are doing?
Man is created to protect the environment. Man is created to ensure that God's creations are protected. And it is a duty of man to protect the creations of God. And therefore, when we fail to protect these valleys and we fail to protect these floodplain areas, the effect will come to man. And therefore, you see that when it's rain, now at the very least rain, then the higher grounds become flooded. And very soon, if we don't tackle some of these things, areas like cantonments will soon be flooding because the low line areas have been reclaimed and filled to the heights that the water cannot, runoff water can no more, or flood waters can no more sustain. So they have to go back, and it will go to higher grounds and affect existing buildings at higher grounds. And the effect will be people who have even no business doing that where the reclamation is taking place will now feel the heat because their houses or their old buildings and all those things will be filled with flood waters, all because the low points or the basin have been reclaimed and it can no more restore water and later move into the sea. So the effect will be very, very serious. It will affect lives, it will affect properties, and that will not be good for us. So we need to protect the environment now and then, now and now.
Right. So my last question, what are some of the cases or activism that you've had with either the municipality or LATMA, or EP or the politicians, just to put on record some of the activities you've done to support your activism?
Okay, so I've been doing a lot of advocacy on these flood-related areas. Unfortunately for us, the Kpeshie area have not been flooding for a very long time, so people do not understand the advocacy. But the last 2 years, we saw massive flooding at Tse Addo, and people were seriously affected, properties were seriously affected, and so on. Those were the impacts that we were trying to prevent since 2013, and creating awareness that we have to make sure that we protect this environment and to avoid such things. But we have waited to see those things happen. We hope that the authorities will do their best to ensure that we have a well-restored Kpeshie Lagoon that befits its previous glory.
Thank you very much.
You don't see wetland like this again at the Kpeshie. The date also to desist from using the lagoons as dumping sites. That is very, very important.